When you picture a medieval archer, you probably picture Hollywood. Sharp eyes, steady hands, a hero striking from a distance. But if you were to dig up the skeleton of a real English longbowman today, you wouldn't see a hero. You would see a medical nightmare. Twisted spines, bone spurs in the wrists, shoulders fused together by years of trauma. Being an archer wasn't a skill, it was a life sentence of physical deformity. Today, we are looking through the lens at the biological cost of the English longbow. To understand the damage, we have to look at the math. A modern recreational bow has a draw weight of about 40 pounds. It's manageable and even fun to shoot, while the war bows found on the shipwreck of the Mary Rose had draw weights between 100 and 185 pounds. Imagine picking up a fully grown adult man, but using only the fingers of your left hand and the muscles of your right shoulder. Now, do that 12 times a minute, and that too for hours. This wasn't exercise. This was trauma, because these men started training at age 7. Their bones grew around the bow. Their left arms were often thicker than their right. Their spines twisted to compensate for the weight. They were literally misshapen by their profession, and they were biological artillery. But the bones were only half the problem. If you think the skeletal damage is bad, let's talk about the smell. October 1415, the Battle of Agincourt. This is the archer's greatest victory, but history books leave out the most disgusting detail. Most of the English archers fought that battle without pants. The army was ravaged by dysentery, the Bloody Flux. It causes uncontrollable diarrhea, fever, and dehydration. When the French cavalry charged, the English archers didn't have time to relieve themselves. They cut off their breeches and stood in their own filth. Imagine the reality. You are shivering from a fever. You are standing in freezing mud and are naked from the waist down, while 10,000 armored knights are riding to kill you. You aren't fighting for glory. You are fighting because if you lose, you die in a ditch. Why would anyone do this? Why warp your skeleton and rot in the mud? Because a knight was a tank. He cost a fortune to equip and train. If a knight was captured, he was ransomed. He had value. An archer was ammunition. Cheap to equip, easy to replace. If captured, archers weren't ransomed. They often had their fingers cut off, so they could never draw a string again. They were machinery. And like all machinery, when they broke, they were discarded. We look at the victories of Crécy and Agincourt and see military genius. But if you zoom in, you see the twisted spines and the scarred bones of the men who paid the bill. They didn't have the glory of the knights. They had the logistics of misery. If you want to see how slave soldiers stopped Mongol Empire and stopped their conquest of world, click this video here.